Hey guys, it's Tiffany with Bella Noir Studio. I just woke up this Saturday and ran errands. And one of the errands I had to run was getting my eyebrows waxed. And so now I'm back home. I'm ready to give you guys a good review on a brow pomade that I bought today from our favorite place, Sephora, of course. And I'm looking for my bag to show you guys. And that review will be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Chocolate. And then I'm going to highlight around my brows just to kind of give it that extra brow bone texture with Ben Nye. A lot of people are sleeping on that, but Ben Nye is basically like pro costume makeup. And this is his Media Pro Tattoo Cover Up. And I got it in SK11. If you're in Houston, there are tons of places that sell it in store. Otherwise, you have to order it using a catalog. There's no online store that really sells it, from what I found. And then I'm going to set my brows with, again, Ben Nye Neutral Set. And that's just going to be a setting powder to put on top of the concealer to make sure it stays a little bit longer. And I guess apparently the Anastasia brow is waterproof. I'm going to start now with the Anastasia. I want to use it alone. I'm going to use a 252 brush from MAC. This is actually the travel size. I'm sorry, it's a 212 travel size brush. And I'm just going to use a little bit here. Very thin. I actually probably put a little bit too much, so I'm going to use the back of my hand. And I'm just going to put it there to allow myself some grace. And then I'm going to go ahead and... Now I like to start here. You don't want to go too thick. Nice soft strokes, but I like to create my own arch there. You see how I did that? So far I'm liking the product. It doesn't dry quickly. It's literally a pomade. I'm able to go back and get more and it not be, it's a little bit goes a long way, I see. Clean off my brush. If you ever feel like you got too much on there, you're supposed to put a little in at a time. You guys see how I went over it, over too much? And just light strokes because you want it to look natural, really. Okay. See the difference already? Both are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it just stands out more. I don't even need to double dip, so I'm just going to go ahead and close the top on this thing before it dries out. And I'm just going to use the rest from my hand. It's so generous. Now y'all notice it's been 5 minutes so far. I'm going to try to speed it up. I'm sorry, you can't even see. Probably like, what the heck? Thanks for your patience. This is my second time vlogging. So again, I'm starting at the tip, creating my arch, and then I'm going to fill in those other pieces. Why am I looking for the makeup when it's on my hand? I'm defining my brows. My brows are great, but I'm just making them stand out a little bit more. Don't get too far down there because that doesn't look natural, but definitely allow your brows to be defined and your eyes to be defined. And in another tutorial, I'll show you how to measure those 3 points in your eyebrows. It's very simple. You can actually see me doing it with my fingertip. You actually do it with your 1, 2, 3. And I actually sometimes go overboard. But 1, 2, 3. So if you ever are worried about that, but you just have to find what works for you, is what I find most often. Now, I don't claim to be a pro at this at all. I'm just a consumer that wants to share my beliefs and how I feel about makeup with others. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am a Houston-based makeup artist. I've lived in Philly, all over Illinois, Wisconsin, Phoenix, Arizona, and like I said, now Houston. And so totally available to travel. I've done weddings, and just different events. So if you're interested in booking me, let me know. My newest venture is Bella Noir Studio, as you see. And basically, I create a studio with my ambiance, with my personality. As you can see, I'm pretty funny. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but throughout my 10, 12 years of being a professional makeup artist, doing this for, a living, in addition to my full-time job as an educator, I found that weddings and events, it's like special moments in people's lives, and I'm so happy to be a part of that. And so people are like, oh, are you going to open up a studio? Well, that's the dream one day, but I'm not going to start my dream on the day a studio opens. I'm going to start in freelance, and on-site services are available. Shameless plug. Check out my website, bellanoirstudio.com, so that you can kind of like see my portfolio. I'm still developing it, so take it easy on me. But okay, so you'll notice this one has a different shape than this one, so I need to go back and fix that. But it's okay, because we're going to go back and conceal. Remember, we're still going to go back and use the Nye tattoo cover up to conceal. So it's no biggie. But you got to be careful not to make them look too thick. See? So I'm probably going to go back and correct that. But there, my brows filled in. I have a birthmark there. Or a mole, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's conceal that, because that's kind of driving me crazy right there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So you want to make sure that I always have a makeup wipe near, because I like my flat brushes to remain as flat as possible. And so this one's a little fluffy because it's dry. And if you don't wash them and set them the right way after they're washed and while they're drying, they won't be as flat as you need them. You need precision when it comes to your brushes and applying the concealer. You just want clean lines and things like that. But it's not really a big deal, because it's Saturday and I'm just hanging out and doing a tutorial. As you can see, my makeup's not perfect. I did it at like 8 this morning, but it lasts a long time because I'm using a product called Model in a Bottle. Let's see if you can see it there. There it is, Model in a Bottle. Basically, makeup setting spray, as you can see there. Got it on Amazon for 20 bucks. It has literally changed my life. Your makeup does not smudge, does not move, like, again, changes lives. So check that out, give it a try. So we're ready. See, my brush is flat because I used a makeup wipe and pressed it. So I'm going to use and you want to choose something that's closer to your skin tone. So periodically, I'll go in between these two colors and just kind of blend them. And that's why you guys should be comfortable using pots and mixing things. Don't buy one color of everything. Don't think of one color is your color. I noticed when I worked at MAC Cosmetics, a lot of women would say, I'm NC45, I'm NC45. Well, you're not that color year round. And if you do that, you can notice that you're wearing foundation. Really what you want to do is follow these trends of contouring and highlighting, because you save money in the end by using less products. So see, I have all of that in one, and I've been able to use it as a concealer. I'm using it as a highlight. I've used it all over before. Even if I want to conceal my lips completely, I'll use that brown one and it'll mute out the color in my lips. So without further ado, my favorite part. And again, if you ever load up your brush too much, you can use like a palette, an aluminum palette, or the back of your hand like me. So I'm going to just Lightly go down. Boop, 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 boop. Do the same on the other side. Clean it up. Don't overload your brush. It's best to add as you go. You want makeup that you can layer, not makeup that you got to pile on. That's cheap. So if you spend good money on your product, they'll last you years because you won't have to overuse your product. I've had some foundations last me for a whole year because I knew how to use it right. But back to my point about sticking with a foundation color that's the same year round. You have to be careful about that because I know myself in the summertime, I'm darker. That's probably what you guys are noticing now. I'm darker than in earlier. See my arm compared to my face and my neck. I've done some tanning, and so obviously I have to use a little bit more warmer foundation. But in the winter, as you can see, that's my natural color. So my face is that color. So I don't want to look orange in the fall and winter season. So you have to be flexible. Go visit your favorite makeup artist at cosmetics or MAC, wherever, Sephora, and ask them, I need a fall, winter foundation. I need a spring, summer, and just use that throughout the year. Okay, so I'm washing off my brush. I just want to kind of clean it up a little bit so that I can blend this out because this is like extra. It looks fake, right? And you don't want to be that person. So we're just blending. And you could do this with a buffy brush, like a fluffy brush, like the MAC 217 brush. You can totally do that. Or even, you know what? The MAC 226. 224 is good too. Some would argue that the brush that I'm using is just for paint. So that's why I haven't changed my brush just yet. No. I'm going to go a little bit more with brown. See, I kind of overdid it with I went too pale the first time. So I'm going to go back over it with a concealer that has a little bit more orange in it, as you can see. Now it's time to do the top. You notice how my brows stand out? They look like I just got them waxed. It's because I'm concealing around. So it's a nice bonus to like having your makeup done because people can really notice like, wow, you got your makeup done because your brows are like perfect. And you can do this with brows that weren't just waxed or threaded. You can conceal your hair that you need waxed using a pot concealer. MAC Cosmetics has a great one. Use a warm color that fits your skin tone, and you literally will pack it on there. It's like a tattoo concealer. I use it for a lot of brides who have scars or want to cover up tattoos and things like that. So get a pot concealer, and you can, just like I'm concealing around my the dark brow, what you can do is go around with that pot concealer and conceal the hair that you need waxed, and then make sure you go back after and just fill in your brows. And in photos, you just cannot tell that that person didn't get waxed so before the special event. So that's a pro insider tip. Enjoy. So okay, so I'm almost done. Let me hurry up. All right. Again, cleaning my brush off. See, now this makes me want to do my eyeshadow. But today, we're only doing brows. This is the tutorial. Don't worry, I'll go out and blend this. Don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Okay, then time to set with the Nye Translucent Powder. It's a neutral set. I'm going to use that same brush, no biggie. And basically, it's a translucent powder that's going to set it so that it lasts all day. MAC has a great translucent powder as well. Okay. Now, you want to use a powder brush of some sort to go back and just blend out those areas. I know you're probably like, what about your eyeshadow? But like I said, it's Saturday. And this is your Saturday look. Now, I would actually use MAC Studio Fix Press Powder, Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation all in one. Excuse me, this is amazing. And I have it in NW58. You can just go to your MAC artist and just say, I need a good contour powder. But I prefer that powder. I'm always using this. But I need to go ahead and warm that up so that it doesn't look like I had on suntan goggles, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to use my favorite, just a powder brush, nothing big. And of course I'm going in for the contour, you know that. Come on now. You knew that was going to happen. You knew I was going to contour today, honey. Just so you can see it ain't a lie. Now, don't forget, let's warm it up. Stay sun-kissed. The brows can be light, but we can't be. There we go. So there are your brows. Hopefully you can see. Thanks for watching.